Hello and welcome to this video. On this video I'm going to be doing an oil change in my 1995 Mercedes S320. In order to do this you need one special tool for sure, and that is a 74 millimeter 14 flute wrench like you use for oil filters, called an oil filter wrench. You don't want to use a 7614 because it's too big and it'll just slip around. And then you're going to want to have a genuine filter. And I'm going to change the oil by the extraction method. So first of all, to get to the oil filter, there's a plastic piece back in the back past the intake manifold at the very back. And you're going to take your oil filter wrench and carefully slip it over and turn left to loosen. And you'll loosen that. It's a plastic piece. So you'll loosen it like this. And when you put it back on, it goes on with 25 Newton meters of pressure, which is about somewhere around 18 to 19 foot-pounds, so it's not going to go on super tight. So I've got it loose now, and I'm going to hand loosen it the rest of the way. I'm going to put some paper towels here because it's probably going to drip, because usually the filter comes out with the housing. So I'll get all this out and clear and out of the way, and I'll unscrew this piece. Like I say, before I put it down, I will put down some paper towels here in case it drips. And then I'm going to try to wheedle this up through here. You have to snake it through because it's a big pain in the butt. So, okay, my filter actually fell out, but here's what the plastic piece looks like. You're going to replace this O-ring. A new one comes with a filter. And the filter pulls straight out like this. And that's what it looks like. I've replaced the O-ring on here. I used a special tool to take it off, the old one. This is a new one. Put a little bit of oil on it. And then now the filter has one closed end, one opened end. The closed end just pops here and it sort of holds it in place. And then you're going to reinsert it and screw it by hand. And then I'll come back in a second and show you us torquing it on to the torque, which is 25 Newton meters. I hope I said that correct earlier. It's printed right here, 25 Newton meters. It's about 18 foot-pounds of torque. So get that hand tightened and come back in just a second. So I have my torque wrench set to a little bit over 18 foot-pounds, about 18 and a half, because it's 18.44 for 25 Newton meters. So what I'm going to do is I hand threaded it on, and that's important because you don't want to end up cross-threading it. And then now I'm going to torque it on, which is a little bit difficult with the way it's set in here. Okay, it should. There we go. That's good. So now I'm going to get the oil extractor and extract the oil out of the dipstick. This car holds about 8 quarts of oil, so I've set up my oil extractor, and you end up pumping it to create a vacuum, and it sucks the oil out of the sump. I have the tube all the way down into the bottom of the engine sump. You can feel when it stops. I should fill up this container pretty much full because it does hold about 8 quarts. And so what you do is you pump it to get a vacuum, and then you can leave for a while because it's going to take quite a while to pump out the 8 quarts of oil. So we'll get all that done and then we'll come back and see how we did. So I've extracted all the oil out of the sump, and it looks like it's a little more than 8 quarts, which is kind of a surprise because I think it's only supposed to hold 8 total. Anyway, I have this Mobil 1 0W40 Mercedes spec oil. At the time this car was built, they didn't have this kind of viscosity range on the oils, and this is also full synthetic, which is really important because the older dyno oils are made from petroleum, and over time they get Lewis acids in them from the water vapor, and they form sludge inside the engine. And so you really want to use a high quality full synthetic oil and no additives. So I'm going to go ahead and put 6 quarts in right here where the funnel is. Very slowly I'll pour them in. And then I'm going to start the engine and we will see where the oil level sits. According to the manual, the dipstick, it's 2 quarts between the upper and lower level on the dipstick. So we'll see how that all goes. So I'll be back in a few minutes after I get all that accomplished. After running the engine for about 5 minutes, you definitely want to check to make sure there's no leaks back where the oil filter goes in. That's something you should attend to and make sure it's not leaking there. And then I'd put 6 quarts in. I went ahead and added another 1.5 quarts. I'm still a little bit low. I'm sort of middle on my dipstick, so I'm gonna go get another quart of oil and add it. But in the meantime, I got everything put back together. No leaks. I didn't take the drain plug out, so there's no leaks there. That's a good thing. I really like the extraction method a lot. And that's really all there is for this video, and thank you for watching us.